Hey there, Prepper for the Ages coming back at you. How's it going? I'm going to do the next edition for the Survivalist Retirement videos. This will be Survivalist Retirement 3. Last time we talked about the vision, what do you want to do when you retire. Second video was more of the options, and I wanted to talk about a couple of the options. Just break it out because a lot of people don't. There are a couple options that people usually don't take. So let me or don't understand or not aware of. The first option, well, the two options are RV retirement, retire, sell your house, you don't have a house, live out of your RV or your car or your SUV or a van or whatever. And I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about also their assisted living. So, and it's not in the way you think. Okay, so the first one is the RV living. A lot of people either they retire and live out of their RV, or they figure they can't afford anything else. So they're living out of their car, they're living out of the mobile device that they used to get around in. And some people do it by choice, and some people don't do it by choice. But there are videos out there, and I do want to I'll put some links down below for some of the RV videos I used to watch, and I do watch. It's fascinating to me how much of a wonderful life people have living out of RVs and living out of vans and cars and whatnot. And there's stealth camping and all that stuff. There's stealth camping. There's boondocking. Stealth camping is, parking on the street or parking somewhere where they usually chase you away overnight, and how people get around that. There are videos on that, so that's fascinating to me. There are people boondocking, and boondocking is more along the lines of finding a place out in the middle of nowhere where nobody's going to bother you, and setting up camp for the night, and how people live there. So basically, there are videos on how people enjoying living out there and under the stars, and just camping, boondocking. And then there's people that go from pad to pad, so they go from RV park to RV park to go and just enjoy life and sit outside and chat with your RV park neighbors and whatnot. That usually people camp there from 1 day to like a week or two, and that's it. And that's their RV. That's their home away from home, where they're hooked up to the internet, and they're hooked up to the cable TV and whatnot. And they have water, and they have a place to dump their gray water and whatnot. So there are options out there for RVs. I'll as I said, I'll put a link. I'll put a bunch of links down there, and that is an option for people who don't have any. Who either choose to or don't have any other way. There are a lot of videos out there that interview people that they don't have anywhere else to go, so they are living out of their car. They're living out of their small sedan. They're living out of their van. They're living out of the SUV that it affords them, shelter at night, and they cook out of. They do all of their stuff in there. So yeah, I'll put some links down. And the second one is doing assisted living. Now, the reason why I want to call out assisted living is because when my mom was in assisted living, there was this woman who, she was younger than I am. I would say she was in her 30s, and basically she won the lottery or won a whole bunch of money. So she opted in, and she has a great job, had a great job, had a wonderful. She chose to do assisted living, and it was about $6,000 a month. It was 2016. The assisted living, a single place, was $6,000 a month, and she chose assisted living, and she worked in I think she made a six-figure salary. She worked, she did a lot of stuff. So basically, it was 3 squares a day. Basically, she could go out into the dining room, breakfast, lunch, dinner. They would feed her, everything would be great. They would come, they would make her bed, it's a big, huge turn-down service, huge cleaning up service, and that's where she lived. And she, because assisted living, you can come and go as you want, you can have a car, so basically she came and go as she wanted, and she chose to do assisted living because it offered her the freedom to not have to cook, to not have to clean, to not have to do the inside stuff, because there was always people coming in to tidy up and make sure everything was okay, and they loved her, all the aides and stuff loved her because she was perfectly capable of doing everything. she didn't make a mess out of things, and basically they did the light tidy, and that was about it. And that's why I am calling out assisted living. If you have a lot of money, I'm not saying all the people on this channel that come to this channel have a lot of money, but that is an option to go and do an assisted living or do something that some people say, well, for the cost of assisted living or cost of a nursing home, you can just go on a cruise forever and save money going on a cruise because they have the turn-down service, they have the maid service, and you'd just be living on the ship, unlimited food, all this stuff. But there's a way that that this lady, she could go as she please. She could drive away. She could take a plane. And so that was her idea of retirement, or retirement with having a job. And I just wanted to call that out too, for the perspective. So people that can't afford to retire, living out of their cars, and people that can afford to retire and they choose, they're young and capable, and they choose assisted living because that is a simple option for them. This lady took it. So, okay, those are the shorts that I wanted to tell you about a couple of the options to call out for ideas on retirement, or what to do when you're too old to work or whatnot. So, okay. All right, well, on with the thing. Let me get this out and published, and we'll go on to the next phase, which is planning. Okay, all right, I hope this finds you well. Take care. Bye.